Thought we'd take a chance to have a look around the bike. As you can see, it's a KTM 990 SMT. I've done a few little modifications to it, not a lot. I've put on the LED spotlights at the front, as you can see. And I put in a HID headlight system, which was really easy. The brackets to hold the lights on come from Motech, and they bolt between the tank and the side fairings. Very simple to put in. The HID lens lighting kit, that came from a company in Western Australia. I'll put a link at the bottom. And that was very easy to put in. You might not be able to see it, but I have mounted the ballast unit underneath the yoke of the neck of the frame, so it keeps it cool and it's out of the way. The little seat on the back is for the wife. She likes to pump that up and a bit more sensitive on the bottom. And top box, which is standard affair. And that's pretty much. I put a Bigfoot on the bottom of the stand. That was an interesting little purchase. I got it off of eBay for 99 cents plus $12 freight. Costs more than freight. It's got KTM written on it. It's probably a third-party rip-off product, but that's fine. And it makes a huge difference. It stops it from sinking in the ground, but funny enough, it's actually also easier to push the stand down because you click your heel on it and it just pushes down nicely. Now, I put on here, there's 4 mounting posts, 2 on each side. Those are to mount my pannier cases on, which I'll show you in a picture that I'll insert here. They cost me $35 each, and the aluminium frame that I made around them cost $90 for the pair. And they're a perfect size for this bike, and they are excellent. They're waterproof. They don't look out of place, because a lot of the big panniers for these are just too big, and it looks like 2 big boxes with a pair of wheels stuck between them. And not very nice, and too wide, and you keep clipping it and everything else. I've got Pirelli Angel TT on the back. I'm going to put the one on the front when that one wears out, which is very shortly. I find them really good. They stick in the wet. That front tyre has actually got 17,000 kilometres on it, which is quite impressive with a Conti Attack, but it's just about had it now. In fact, technically it has. But overall, it's a great bike. It's a shame they don't make them anymore. Everybody stops and asks me about it, and people just wonder what type of bike it is. In fact, every time I stop in anywhere, any shopping centre or anything like that, people say to me, what sort of bike is it, and what would you class it? Is it a tourer, is it a sports bike? And I tend to say it's an adventure tourer. I've done dirt roads, and I've done areas which you wouldn't take a sport bike, but is I wouldn't go much worse, because you then need the big wheels for the adventure bike, and I don't have the sump protection underneath. So there you are. If anybody says to you, what do you think of a 990 SMT, it's definitely worth a look. They don't make them anymore, but there's a few around. They are so much fun. They're great in traffic, and I've done 1900 kilometre trips on this and not had a sore bum or anything like that, so it's really quite good. The only thing I've done is soften the front forks up just a little bit, because they are short, the wheelbase, and they do pitch a bit. But you take that initial hardness out of the front forks, and she's brilliant. So there you are. So, where are we? We're at Bondi Beach. This is the world famous Bondi Beach where Bondi Rescue's filmed, and it is really a real life scenario. They use a film crew that goes with the Surf Lifesaving Club, and they do actually save a lot of people. These rocks down here is where they all go fishing on, and they tend to get very, very rough here. As you can see on the far side of the bay, there's a bit of a swell, but you can get washed off these very, very easily. And the buildings across the bay there, that's the Icebergs Swimming Club. They swim all year round, even when it's freezing freaking cold. And up there on the far peninsula, if you can make it out on this camera, is the cemetery with the best view in the world, I would say. That looks out into the Tasman Sea, and that cemetery's been around for quite some time. I think that suburb is Bronte, or pretty close to it, or the suburb behind it is Bronte. But overall, pretty good place. A little bit of history. It used to be the sewerage outlet of Sydney back in the early 1920s, 1930s, and it was developed. This used to all be sand dunes and nobody wanted it. You could buy a parcel of land here for a few pennies. Now you couldn't buy a parcel of land here for a few $1 million. But now everybody wants to live down here. It's a bit bohemian. They're going to do it all up a bit more, but very, very, very expensive real estate. In the summertime you can't move on that beach. It is jam-packed, and the local scenery is generally very pleasant. Not looking at anything in particular. And so there you go. So that's Bondi. It's now early spring, and it's slowly getting warmer. It's 22 degrees today. It's just starting to get nice. And so there you go. So that's Bondi, and that's Missy. That's her name, Missy, and she's a great bloke. Okay, bye for now. Thanks very much.